Okay, welcome to our fourth Meet the SU session. I'm joined by the lovely Alison Lana, who's going to talk to us about societies today. She's going to introduce herself, a little bit about the role of societies, which I think has been thrust upon her unknowingly at this particular point. But yeah, hand over to Alison. Hello, Alison.
Hi, Sam. Hi, everybody. So, as Sam said, my name's Alison, and for the interim, I'm just helping out doing some work on societies. And so it's my pleasure just to be involved with this today to give you a little bit more information about what a society is and how you can get involved and all that sort of thing.
Fantastic. Okay, so I've got a couple of questions. I'm going to put myself in the position of a student that's just coming into Cardiff Met. And basically, I'm a little bit unsure. What actually is a society? What is it?
Okay, so we know at the Students' Union, when students come to university, that they're looking for a whole experience. And it's not just the academic studies, that's what's bringing you here first and foremost, but there's a whole community out there that's offered by your Students' Union. And one of the things which is really important is societies, which exist to help you get involved with lots of other people in areas that maybe you've not experienced before, meeting people you've not met before, or it can just be a way of meeting up with like-minded people who've really got an interest in a hobby or a sport, even just an interest, a political interest that you also hold. So societies are run by the Students' Union. They can be on any area really that you fancy, and it's about bringing together like-minded people outside of academic studies just to get involved with some other meetups and events, and just bring people together really.
Amazing. Okay, this sounds right up my street, to be quite honest. And what I'm interested in is finding out is what types of society do we have at Cardiff Met SU? What can I get involved in if I'm interested in a specific thing? What have we got?
Okay, well, Sam, we've got a whole variety. So we've got societies that are to do with gaming, drama, LGBTQ. We've got societies that are faith societies, are course-related societies. So there is a massive wealth of subjects and interests. They're run by students for students, so we help sort of coordinate that at the Students' Union, but they're students themselves that run them. You can get involved yourself. So if it's something that you already have an interest in coming to uni, there's possibly a society that's already also doing that, or it could even be something that you think, well, I like doing, I don't know, ice skating or something, and you want to set up an ice skating society. So society. I looked at you, Sam, and I knew that ice skating and that lycra was just up your street.
You've been looking at my Instagram New York pictures, haven't you? That's what you've been doing. All right, you've sold me there. How do I go about getting involved? How do I sign up to being involved in a society then? Even if it was, say, not for ice skating, because I'm thinking about maybe creating that one. But maybe if it was drama, perhaps, how do I go about getting into a society if I want to join one?
Okay, so to join a society, you've got a couple of things you can do at this time. You can either revisit the information that was put out at our virtual Freshers' Fair that was running this week. And the Drama Society, I know, have put together some really lovely information about what they do, who they are, where they meet up, and they've got their contact details on there. But our societies will also put their information again on the SU website. So their contact details to get involved, you can just drop them an email. They will then come back to you and talk about how you can actually join their society.
Fantastic. I've also seen, just prior to coming to Cardiff Met, I've seen the Drama Society. They're quite active on Twitter and Instagram from what I've seen as well. Is this a familiar thing across some of our societies? Are they active on our social media, particularly in a time where we might not be able to see them physically on campus?
Yeah, lots of our societies, excuse me, use this platform as a way just to keep up with their community and put out messages and notifications. You can even then, if you see something on, for example, Twitter, you can direct message them and they will come back to you. So there's lots of different ways to get in touch with the committees that are running the societies and to see what they're doing. Twitter's a great one and Instagram's a great one because it can be absolutely instant with some news and some information for you. And if you're really stuck, just get in contact with the Students' Union. And again, we will make sure that your query is found to the right party for you.
Fantastic. Touching upon my interest in ice skating, I've had a look on the website and there doesn't seem to be an ice skating society currently. How do I go about creating an ice skating society, Alison? How do I do it?
Okay, so if there is a society that you want to set up, and far as you can see, we maybe don't have one currently ongoing in that area, the first thing you need to do is, if you go onto the SU website, there's a little form you can fill in under societies about creating a new society. And what we'll do then is we will send you back some paperwork which you need to fill in. And all we're asking for you to do is to gather together some other like-minded people who would also be interested in taking part in that society. So we ask you to get a couple of other people that would maybe help you run the society as a committee. And we also ask you to get at least 10 other names of people that would be interested in being part of that society. And then you send that information back to us at the SU. And once it's all been approved, we then get together with you and we talk to you about running your society and we give you training about how to run your stuff on the website, how to use your social media, how to run your events. And we can also provide you with a startup cost of up to £100. So we can actually help your society get off the ground and be able to organise some events. So yeah, it's all quite straightforward.
That's absolutely fantastic. You mentioned the word committee there. What is a committee in terms of the society context, and what type of roles are there in a committee?
Okay, so it's really important to us that these societies are run by the students, for the students. So like any organisation, you would always need a small group of people to organise it and arrange events and take control of it. So every society has a committee and they have a minimum of 3 committee members. So they usually have a president or a leader, they have a secretary, and they have a treasurer. So providing a committee has those 3 people, they can also have additional roles. Again, it's up for the students themselves to decide, but they help to control and steer the direction of that society. They get really involved with planning events and just making it happen, really. So again, it's a great thing if you're also looking at, for example, just improving your employability. It might be because taking on a committee membership role is really important in gaining some sort of leadership skills. So it's not just being part of a society and meeting other like-minded people, it's also getting you really valuable skills while you're doing that.
Okay, that sounds absolutely fantastic. So for me, I'm thinking of the current climate, and I'm thinking of the society, etc. Am I able to physically meet with my society at the moment, or am I literally going to have to make everything a little bit more virtual as to, in line with what we're looking at this year? Do we know much about that at the moment?
Okay, so obviously that's a question on everyone's minds, and the problem is that it can change very quickly.
Yeah.
So all our societies at the moment are working really hard. They're being really creative and positive and proactive. They are still organising events. A lot of those events might be online, but they're still organising meetups and chats and events. I mean, dare I mention the dreaded quizzes that we've all gone through lockdown on, but there might be a few quizzes that come up. Meeting on campus, we have got to wait and see what the university are comfortable with us doing around current guidelines in the UK and in Wales, obviously. And again, some students maybe we'll be doing some meetups outside of campus, but again, that will be always subject to what current and guidelines are asking people to do. So it will always be within that. But what we were again saying to all of our committees is just let us know what's going on, and we will always keep in communication with you of what is okay, what's not okay, or even helping you come up with some other ideas if you get a bit stuck.
That's fantastic. I mean, the worst thing that I do, because I've always considered myself in a president role as well. But
obviously,
as president of the Ice Skating Society, and if I did something wrong that was not in line, I could potentially get myself in trouble. So nice having that support from a staff member to kind of guide the process as well. That's really helpful for me particularly, as I'm quite new to this.
And we know that it's a changing time for everybody, and we're all in it together, so we don't have all the answers at all the time, but we will always try and get that information for you. And as I said, we've got some fantastic societies. They're really G'd up to be to exist and provide lots of stuff for particularly new students coming in. So don't be disheartened at all. There's lots of stuff going on, lots of creativity, so it's going to be awesome.
That's absolutely superb. Is there anything standing out from a society's perspective and from your perspective that I've missed in terms of any questions? Is anything that you can add just to give us a bit more insight into it, or are we pretty much spot on?
I hope that we're spot on.
Of course we are.
If you do feel that we're not answering your questions or something else you'd like to know, again, just contact the SU. If it's not myself, we have all my colleagues, we all are involved in all of this work, so we will come back to you and we can help you.
Alison, that's absolutely superb. And for the rest of this afternoon, I'm going to be trying to get myself into the Ice Skating Society and get it signed up and get my 10 members on board and potentially construct this committee. So thank you very much for that.
I said ice skating. You can see how my mind works. You can see how I see you, Sam, in there.
I'm a nimble chap, so yes, me on ice skates does work quite nicely. So yeah, thank you for inspiring me today, and I'm definitely going to take these messages on board.
Fantastic. It'd be good to see you. Okay, thanks, Sam.
Appreciate it. Okay, thanks everybody. Any questions that you have, any more for societies, as Alison said, please contact one of our staff members about this, and have a look on the SU website, because there's an awful lot of stuff over the Freshers' Fair period which will give you even more information. So thank you. That was Meet the SU, and that was Alison with Societies. Thank you.